Hey friends, Allison Ramirez here, Christian author, editor, and content creator, here today with a celebratory 100 subscribers video. I've been on YouTube for about just under 4 years now, and I have been on and off posting, I will say, over those 4 years, not super consistent. I'm trying to be a little more consistent now with a regular Tuesday or bi-weekly Tuesday posting schedule. But I'm happy to share that I recently hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, which I know isn't a lot, but it is for me, who has, as I mentioned, been very sporadic in my posting schedule. But to celebrate 100 subscribers, I wanted to sit down and film a video that was a little bit about me and my background, because I realized in a lot of my videos I offer tips and tricks and thoughts on different topics, but I realized I haven't shared a lot about me and myself so that you can get to know me better and why I have created this channel. As I mentioned, I'm a Christian author, and I've been self-publishing since about 2021. That's when my very first book came out, which I'll show you guys all the books that I've written in a little bit. But I started that journey about 4 years ago. And at the time, self-publishing was really taking off in the sense of platforms were being created to really help self-published authors on that journey. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to write books. And when I was in college, I majored in English, specifically in creative writing. I got my degree from Seattle Pacific University. And then most recently this year, I graduated from Holy Apostles College and Seminary in their online 2-year master's degree program. So I now have a theology master's with church history emphasis. You can see in my fiction series, it has a lot of history from the Old Testament interweaved in. And I did my master's thesis was on Ireland and Celtic monasticism there. So I love Ireland. I got to go there in 2019, right before the pandemic started. So it's a little bit also about my education background. I live in Washington State currently with my husband and we have several pets, including dogs, hamsters, guinea pigs, rabbits. Love animals. We live in the beautiful PNW. I've been born and raised in Washington State, lived here my whole life. I was homeschooled through elementary school and then attended public schools after that point. Always had a love for Christianity and the faith, and always had a love for writing. And so was glad I was able to major in English, and then a few years after that was when I published my first book, which is a devotional journal on the joyful mysteries of the Rosary. So here's that first book I mentioned. It's basically a collection of short stories from my life, original prayers, meditations, reflection questions on the joyful mystery stories of the Rosary. I got this idea when I was in college, and I was having a lot of stress and anxiety and thinking about what my future was going to look like. And so I started putting together this devotional journal to help me through that time of anxiety, and it became an official book. In 2025, next year, book 2 on the luminous mysteries of the Rosary around the theme of friendship is going to be coming out in May, which I'm super excited about. And then over the past few years, in 2023, I published the first book in my YA dystopian trilogy, The Divided Kingdom. This is a spin-off actually on the divided kingdom of Israel, the exile and return of the Israelites, but this particular book is set in like a modern society and has a lot of sci-fi and a little bit of fantasy elements. So I published this book last year, and then most recently, this past June, I published the sequel, The Exile, and then The Return, book 3, is coming out in September of next year in 2025. So I'm really excited that if all goes well, I should have 5 self-published books out by the end of next year, which I'm just super excited about. I also started pursuing freelance editing around the time I started self-publishing my books. I've worked a variety of jobs since graduating from college. I have been a benefits assistant at my local archdiocese. I did that for about 1.5 years. Most recently, I've been a faith formation minister at a local parish. I did that for about 2.5 years. I actually recently stepped away from that role at the end of the summer so that I could pursue my writing and my editing more full time. That was, not gonna lie, a really daunting decision to make, especially giving up that financial security of a full-time job to step away and do my my writing and my editing and everything, being more all in. So I made that decision after about 3.5 years or so on this journey of being an author. So I do editing. I work with different publishing companies. I've got about 4 different Christian companies that will send me manuscripts and books, fiction, nonfiction, for me to edit. I work with individual authors as well to help them edit their books at all the different stages. I've also done a lot of English teaching and tutoring over the years. I was a 8th grade English teacher for Colby Academy, which is a online Ignatian like education academy for homeschool families. I have tutored in various ages at college writing centers and online at different academies. Most recently, I actually accepted a role as a writing coach at Santa Clara University, which is a Catholic Jesuit school, coaching their undergrad theology students, both lay and Jesuits. So super excited and thrilled to be starting that journey. That's a part-time role. So yeah, you can see I've done a lot of different things, and definitely if you want to pursue a larger career in writing and books and that sort of thing, you'll probably find that you do have to take a lot of different odd jobs to make ends meet. I do still have a long-time dream of working full-time in Catholic publishing. That's my ultimate goal. I'd love to be an editor like more full-time for a company as opposed to the freelance work I'm doing now. I have a strong passion for animals, as I mentioned. My pets are my hobby. I might post some photos of them here in the video. I love running, staying active, pickleball, hiking, going for walks. I love listening to podcasts. I love reading a good book, lots of different genres. Yeah, I love spending time with family and friends. And I'm just super thrilled to have this channel and really be supporting Christian writers. My particular background is Catholic, but I hope this channel is relevant and helpful to any Christian writer, regardless of your background, of your particular denomination. I feel like that we're all united in that same goal of writing good, true, and beautiful fiction and nonfiction that draws our readers closer to Christ and to the Christian faith. So I'm happy to be part of that with you, and I hope that this intro video about me was helpful, and thanks for being along this journey with me. So if you feel comfortable sharing, I'd love for you to post down below a little intro about yourself, maybe your name, a little bit about your background, what books you're working on or have written, so that we can get to know each other a little bit more. Looking forward to creating more content for you in the future. So happy writing, you're in my prayers. Take care until the next time. God bless.